Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will understand about the metformin and rapamycin. So, why metformin is anti-aging and rapamycin is anti-aging? We will learn about all these things. So, basically, the metformin is a drug which that target to inhibit the production of ATP from the electron transport chain because it will inhibit the enzymatic activity in the mitochondria for electron transport chain to produce more ATP. And this is why the deficiency of the ATP will lead to basically likely the fasting, because fasting will inhibit the ATP production. So in this way, the fasting is the anti-aging, and in this way the AMPK pathway will trigger. This AMPK pathway will basically trigger the cell survival if the cell will healthy. If the cell will not healthy, so the cell will recycle and is known as the autophagy. On the other hand, important thing you should need to understand that basically the metformin also inhibit the mTOR pathway, because the AMPK ultimately trigger will lead to a mTOR pathway inhibit. In this way, the cell progression, if the cell will damage, will inhibit, because the mTOR pathway will trigger the cell survival and cell growth and cell division without checking either the DNA is damaged or not. But the AMPK is the basically sensitivity is more for the checking of the DNA either damaged or not. And in this way, if the DNA damaged and it will unrepairable, it will recycle the cell content in the form of protein recycling. That is known as the phagolysosome formation, and the organelle recycle even if the organelle will damage. So the AMPK pathway is very important for the longevity. In this way, you will live longer when you will use the metformin. Metformin also function lead to suppress the insulin production, because less absorption of the glucose from digestive system into the blood. When decrease the insulin, the spiking of the insulin not occur due to the metformin using lead to increase the insulin like growth factor 1. But the insulin like growth factor 1 triggered due to the growth hormone. So in this way, the insulin when suppressed, the growth hormone will increase because the metformin is too much important. In this way, the metformin will basically trigger the growth hormone, and the insulin like growth factor 1 will lead to glycogenesis in the liver, even also in the muscle. In this way, basically the metformin is very important for triggering the anabolism, suppress the insulin. So the hyperinsulinemia or spiking of the insulin will lead to cause aging, because the insulin is the anabolic, I know, but the insulin is not anabolic like growth hormone, because growth hormone important for the growth of your bones, muscle, liver function properly, and on the other hand the immune system properly function, hair growth, and on the other hand the skin growth, a lot more things. But the growth hormone when suppressed due to the spiking of insulin when our consumption of glucose, but this will inhibit through metformin. In this way, the metformin is the drug which that mimic the fasting. Anyhow, the rapamycin is too much important, which that will lead to also inhibit the mTOR pathway. So the same mechanism, the mTOR pathway will inhibit the cell survive if the damage will not possible, and in this way the cell will trigger the AMPK pathway, and in this way the content will be recycled if the content will be not possible to survive, and it can cause cancer if so it will be recycled. So I hope you make sense about that metformin is very important, because the study shows that a lot of people using the metformin live longer as compared to the non-metformin consumer. So I hope you make sense about that. If you like my video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video. For this, bye. Allah Hafiz.